Well, Bob, this weekend, I have the little app on my phone. Well, I have you guys' plugged in app, but I also have like Fandango, and I was looking at movies that were opening this weekend, and it was almost like I could hear that audible wah, 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 wah. Like there doesn't seem to be much. There is one movie I'm a little intrigued by, though. I'm in love with a church girl. What is this?
Montego, sitting with a real legend.
All right, we're gonna chop it up, celebrate a little bit, do what we do.
So, hey, did you file up that package?
Well, just don't let money run your life, Miles.
He wears what we make in a year on his wrist.
This guy is the biggest drug trafficker in all of California, which is exactly why we want to nail this guy.
You need to come to church with me and find yourself a good woman there.
Oh, that's Vanessa. She goes to Bible study every week with my wife.
It's only the beginning.
What church do you attend?
Right now, I'm kind of in between churches.
We have been praying for a godly man for Vanessa. Are you that godly man?
I used to be a drug dealer, Vanessa.
And they came at us hard. Fans all over the place, SWAT cars, guns.
I think you're as dirty as sin.
Would you like to tell me why there was a gun in your car?
What do you want from me?
What is so bad about going to church?
God don't want somebody like me in his church, okay? It's like a sold-out show.
This is the best show on earth.
Am I supposed to tip this guy?
No, babe, he doesn't get paid. He's a greeter. How much are you giving?
Not that much. That's not enough?
God doesn't care about what you've done in your past. He just wants you to come as you are.
Adrian Bailon, Jeff Ja Rule Atkins, and Stephen Baldwin.
It's called I'm in Love with a Church Girl, a faith-based film starring Ja Rule. And I think a number of our viewers might recognize that name. Gangster rapper, sold platinum, if not double platinum, with the misogyny and the drug abuse. And for him, really weird theology. So now that he's in a faith-based film, and he has just a real lot of theological concerns in his music. I wonder what's happened to him. I don't know the backstory there. I'm digging, but I will. Okay, we'll just talk about the movie as itself. Essentially, he plays a former drug dealer. He's gone the straight and narrow, but he's still hanging out with his old posse, his old buddies. And apparently he's been brought up in the church. His mom gives him some advice and says, go back to church and settle down and meet a nice Christian girl. Well, he doesn't have any inklings to follow mom's advice, but he happens to be at a party. He's attracted to this young lady across the way. He asks her out. She accepts. Come to find out that she is very involved in her church, very involved in a Bible study, very committed Christian woman. And he kind of by default is taking mom's advice, but he really doesn't know how to handle her. And she's not really quite into missionary dating. Although she's open to the idea of allowing him into her life. But for instance, she walks a very strict moral road where he, based on what he's used to, he's trying to put a little pressure on her. So they work through those things. From a family perspective, I don't think this is a film you'd want to drag your 9-year-old or 11-year-old out to see, but somewhere's around teen years, I think it has possibility. And I gave it a good solid 4 out of 5 for family friendliness. Quite frankly, it's a bit stiff in parts, the acting, the scripting. But if you compare it to what's out in wide release that Hollywood gave us this weekend, those 3 R's I mentioned, all of a sudden I'm in Love with a Church Girl starting to look a lot better out there based on what Hollywood thinks we'd be interested in.